don't have superpowers.
If I had superpowers and my dad is going to get killed by a tornado along with our family dog, I am going to go save
I think
him
the dog
and
made
the
it. The
dog.
dog made it. He opens the door and the dog runs out.
Okay, dog or no dog, I'm saving my dad from a tornado, with or without superpowers.
Does this help you?
Yeah.
Hold it.
Something. I was
He's just used to it.
I was listening to an interview on that. Like they explained that scene. I'm trying to remember what the argument was.
There is no good explanation for that
Yeah,
scene.
no.
There
was,
isn't.
Yeah. God, who was it? Mark Bernardin, I think. No.
Why are you looking at me like I was listening to the interview with you?
God, who was? I think it was Mark Bernardin.
I want to know what happened to Wayne Manor, and why there's not like 50 homeless people living in it.
Because he got drunk and Ra's al Ghul showed up, so he had to burn it down to get all the party goers out.
Wrong.
Wait, are we saying that is canon or is not canon? Because if that's the explainer, then we've got a lot of explaining to do with Robin in Dark Knight Rises.
No.
I thought those were completely separate from this.
They are. I was just being stupid.
Anyway, it was rebuilt. The third one, the least. Well done.
And then he got drunk and burned it again from Ra's al Ghul. And you see, this is just such a bad part to introduce Batman into the DCU. Like, you're going to start DCU with the Batman versus Superman penultimate fight.
I will. Okay, so this is the first suit in cinematic and TV history that doesn't have the bat symbol on the chest.
I just like how this movie tends to sync up, because whenever Adam doesn't want to answer a question, a part pops up.
Wait, what was the question I didn't want to answer?
I don't know, but now I like this part, so shut up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
This part should have lasted a lot longer.
Yeah, like the last. I agree with you. The last 45, 50 minutes should have been the bat. Or maybe no. Actually, the middle movie should have been them fighting, and then they resolve it, and then they go after.
yeah,
Luthor.
they should have been fighting by this point and resolved everything, and we should be on the Doomsday fight right now.
And it
We
should have
shouldn't
been a
even-
lot.
Yeah, Doomsday. I agree with you. I do agree with you. There is way too many storylines they ruined for one movie.
If they had reshot it and edited it properly, I'm okay with this. Like,
First of all,
Doomsday was fine at the end.
First of all, I'm a maintenance guy. That guy is not buffing correctly. You need a liquid called spray buff, because you will not get that shine in that floor without spray buff. And he has no spray buff. The technique is okay.
Hey, you can buff these floors.
Batman v
Huh?
Superman.
You can buff these floors.
Dawn of
You
buffing.
can't buff these floors.
Why not?
That ain't the type of material you can buff.
So, try it anyway.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, anyway, so I didn't mind Doomsday. I liked the Death of Superman story arc being put in here.
No. Death of Superman was the worst part.
I want the ancient Kryptonian Doomsday, and that's why he's sniffing out Superman.
Okay, look.
That'll work great when they do the Death of Superman animated movie, which is coming out. Very excited, but
They're doing another one?
Yeah, they're doing one that's actually going to stay true to the comic book.
Gotcha.
Okay, look. You can't have Death of Superman. I'm not the first person to say this, but if you have Superman die, arguably for the most standard casual viewer, Superman is the most powerful hero in the DC universe.
Yes.
Okay. He's dead and comes back to life. So whoever you bring in next, it's like there's no threat, because he just bring him back again.
Well, here's the thing: is I wouldn't have resurrected him in Justice League.
He may
I
not
would have done that entire film without Superman.
He may not have been, because remember it was supposed to be 2 parts, and then I got screwed over.
Yeah,
so.
see, I would have let that entire film. So if I was doing the DCU, okay. First off, for Batman versus Superman, like we need to recut a lot of this, but you keep the same thing. First half of the movie set up, and Batman versus Superman fight. Second half, death of Superman. Cool. Superman dies. Justice League, you have the entire Justice League movie, no Superman, and the Superman parts in it are cameos and flashbacks as they're introducing all the characters. And then Justice League 2 or whatever, Darkseid brings Superman back using Apocalypse technology, and that's where you get your Justice League versus Superman fight.
Okay, right here.
I'd pay good money to see it.
Right.
I got $20. Let's get it go.
Right
Let's
here.
Get a GoFundMe.
I'm in. Let's do
Let's
this.
get a GoFundMe.
You know?
How Superman saves Lois is scientifically accurate, Because you know how he always does, where he just swoops up and grabs her. If that had happened, he would literally just rip her apart. But by coming up and slowly, that's actually scientifically accurate how you.
I know.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Everybody knows that.
You would still have. This is our Batman and Superman movie.
I wouldn't call this Batman versus Superman. First of all, that's a terrible name.
And then this is our Doomsday movie and Death of Superman, and we're going to put them all together in one movie.
Yes.
I don't like that at all.
I would not do... Like, the problem is this movie has too much in it.
It does.
So, like, if you trim it down to Batman vs. Superman and Doomsday, and you cut out Year One and Dark Knight Returns and all of the other crap they're trying to slam into this movie, you can make it more concise, and you can make, like, everything flow a little bit better. So, like, if you just make the Batman vs. Superman fight more direct and less convoluted with Lex Luthor, and you maybe take a little bit of the artsiness out of it, and then do the fight, and then they have their realization, which is not the word Martha, and then, oh, Doomsday is the real plot.
I'm still okay with Martha.
That's stupid.
I'm okay with it.
And then, like, you kill Superman, and then the after-credits scene is the funeral, where you see Superman put into the ground, and then it's like the scene from, like, I would take the scene from Identity Crisis, and just all the heroes there showing up and watching as Superman gets buried.
So within the movie you're making, everyone's an established hero. You can't have that, because then why would Batman be pissed off at Superman?
Because you rewrite the reasoning why. Like, you rewrite the purpose of the fight. And like Lex Luthor putting all of this plans into place, if it was a more concise plan, would have been fine.
But see, so in Dark Knight Returns, I believe they fought because it wasn't the Registration Act, but it was something similar, right? Where the president's like, all heroes have to disband.
Yeah.
Except for Superman, because he became a political.
He worked for the government.
Yeah.
It wasn't called the Registration Act, but that's basically what it was.
Basically, yes.
So, but they couldn't do that because this came out. This went toe to toe with Civil War.
Right. No, and you okay. The problem with this film is it wants to be Year One and Dark Knight Returns and Death of Superman.
No, it doesn't want to be Year One. How the hell does it want to be Year One?
Like
they clearly state that this is an old Batman.
Sure, who's now coming back in from retirement, and then like the police don't know who he is, and is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? We don't know anything about it.
Are we watching the same movie?
Yes. You were in the other room.
He knew they knew who Batman was.
Not that one cop that shot at him.
Well, yeah, he was a rookie.
The rookie should know who Batman is. Everyone in Gotham should know who Batman is if he's only been active for 10 years.
How do you know this guy wasn't a transfer from Chicago?
If Batman's been here for 10 years, the police departments are going to know about that, especially if you transfer into Gotham City. You're going to know about Batman.
I disagree with you, sir. I believe I proved on shadow of doubt that's accurate. Anyway, go.
So anyway, like I was saying, you cut out like the Year One and the Batman Dark Knight Returns storylines, and you go, okay, you have someone nuking cities in the Middle East. And, like, if you want a political aspect, you make it obvious that these are political, like, enemies of the United States.
Who do you bring in, Raish?
No, you have Lex Luthor. You keep Lex Luthor. And Lex Luthor's orchestrating these destructions. And then, Batman sees the destruction of Metropolis and the things that happen there, and he steps up and goes, hey, you can't be doing this to Metropolis. You can't be doing this to the Middle East. You're overstepping your bounds as a hero. You can't be killing people. And Superman goes, I'm not doing it. And Batman goes, bullshit. They fight. And then at some point, the realization is, this is all a plot by Lex Luthor comes up.
So you just made Batman dumb again. Batman, I think, would know the difference between a nuclear explosion and Superman.
Well, not a nuclear explosion. We're talking about, like, the missile strikes that obviously worked in this film.
Yeah.
Yeah, so something similar.
Okay.
I think you should just... That's your movie right there, period.
No, it's not enough content.
You can't... There is, if you do it right. You can't like, make it an hour-and-a-half movie instead of a 3-hour movie, cut it down, and have that as your movie. Like,
I don't think you can...
Adding Doomsday in, it feels like you're adding Doomsday just to add Doomsday.
Yeah, I'd leave Doomsday out.
But if you, then you do a different villain of some kind. But Doomsday makes the most sense to me.
Here's an idea.
I don't, because I don't want to have this build up, this confrontation in the middle of the film, which is where it should conclude, and then you drop back down and ramp the movie back up again. That seems counterintuitive to me.
Because that's not how you want to do the rise in action. You don't want to rise it and then bring it down to rise it again. You want to rise it, plateau it, and then rise again. So you want to do that kind of stair step on the momentum. So I would personally use Doomsday because I don't want Superman alive for Steppenwolf.
But what about this? The original villain for this movie was going to be Metallo.
Meh, he's boring to write for. Not a huge fan of Metallo.
Here's a little detective work done by Bruce.
He cracked a hard drive.
Yeah?
Put it into a computer.
Don't detectives do that?
Not illegally.
Yeah, illegal detectives, don't they do that?
I don't know. If you're gonna do Doomsday,
Again, this scene twice as long as it needed to be.
Don't like the logos. If I was Wonder Woman, I'd be like, why did you... Because she hasn't...
maybe Bruce Wayne did those.
No.
They could have just been blank files. Bruce Wayne's like, you know what? This needs a lightning bolt.
Well, I guess technically Wonder Woman's been... Because in the Wonder Woman movie, they talk about how she's been active, but secretly active, so Lex would have definitely known about that.
Yeah. And so should Batman. These are good cameos. This is all fine. The Flash cameo earlier was bad, but
I'm really excited about this because I'm curious about what kind of action they're going to have underwater.
yeah, the Aquaman movie could be really good.
I was okay with the Aquaman stuff in Justice League.
Yeah, I think he was fine.
Except
He was a little jokey, but
The only... Well, I meant the action pieces underwater. The only one I didn't like was when Steppenwolf blew up the underwater bridge and then he comes flopping out like a fish and it's like hits the ground. I thought that was very CGI-y. And then coming down in the building with no laws of physics and then sliding right back out.
I also didn't like Cyborg in Justice League. I didn't like how they portrayed him.
Why?
Just
like an angsty teenager?
Yeah.
He is
angry.
an angsty teenager.
No.
He is too. He was just wasn't he just out of high school?
Yeah, he was a football.
You're still 18, 19.
Yeah, but I don't know. He was just always more. How do I want to put it? Okay with his. What happened? I mean, yeah, he was a little angsty, but not like, oh, I hate the world angsty.
So, with that line, does he know Clark is Superman and that those... I mean, does he know? Because he said this is not for a story.
I don't know.
In the comics, does Perry know Clark is Superman?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
Maybe he knows that Lois has a thing for Superman.
Like, this is our movie climax right here.
No. You cannot end on two heroes fighting. Because you have to have a winner for a climax.
They have the fight. They realize they're on the same side. And go take out the person who caused the problem in the first place, and that's where the movie ends. This is like the start of the climax.
No. Especially when the person is Lex Luthor, who's the intellectual villain.
He has a power suit.
If you want to put Lex in the power suit, I could get behind that.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
If you put Lex in the power suit.
Yeah.
And let them have a giant climactic fight with Lex Luthor, I could get behind that.
That's the BvS movie that would have been good. And then for Lex's revenge, then he can engineer Doomsday showing up and do it that way.
Then you get
for the Doomsday movie and still Death of Superman.
Then you get the issue of like the sequel problem where like, oh, the villain for the second one is the villain from the first one.
Well, it's better than having all the villains in every movie die off every time and not getting to see any like.
No, that's not necessarily true in the second one. In the second one, so you put. How'd you say your Batman v Superman movie ended with Lex Luthor going to jail?
Mine was with him going to jail. Yeah.
And then he comes the revenge one. Why if you bring in the Legion of Doom or the Injustice Gang or whatever?
I think you have to establish the Justice League before you.
And you have to establish.
Or you could have the Injustice League or whatever be established and have all this different. You have to have all the heroes established at that point. But then you go, wait. They're teaming up. We should probably do that too, and maybe that's how you get Justice.
Or not necessarily. Just have the bad guys set up. Have the bad guys come established, and then Batman, Superman, like, man, we can't fight all these guys, and that's how you bring in the other. Like, hey, Aquaman goes, hey, bro, I'll help. No.
But I feel like you want to have seen them a little bit first before you know what I mean?
We are at the hour 45 mark. We still got like an hour to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. It's just, right?
Hmm?
An hour and 15, right?
Yeah, something like that.
What'd you say 2 for? Were you peacing out?
No.
What'd I miss?
Shit, you're not supposed to be talking on the podcast.
Oh. Sorry. Don't we usually say shit we're not supposed to be talking on the podcast?
Typically,
Probably.
yeah.
Oh. If you want. I'm saying, why not? We've done about the same length of one.
Well, this is going to be like a 3-hour podcast.
Our slasher film one was.
Okay.
Gonna bring in some more facts since everyone got quiet.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
You want to know who else was considered for the role of Bruce Wayne?
I want to know who else was considered for the choreography for this, because wow.
It's not bad.
You don't like the. You don't like the sink being ripped off and beat over Superman's head?
Not really, no.
There is one part of this I do not like. I do not think it's very Batman. I believe it's coming up.
Like, I just don't get how, like, if he's going to have all of this super technology, like, that he's established in this fight, like, how is the only thing he knew the kryptonite was a small smoke bomb that wore off very quickly and a spear?
Right here. I don't think this is very Batman-esque. Batman would never do this.
No, this is terrible. This is not Batman.
I don't like that at all. Well, his limitations is the only small percentage of kryptonite he could get. He had to split it up into multiple attacks. He couldn't just throw it all into one and be like, oh fuck, I wonder how long this is gonna last.
Well, sure. So you have the smoke bomb, the inhaled poison, whatever, and then you have that giant spear that easily could have made a clip of bullets.
He doesn't use guns.
He used them earlier in the fight, and he used a under barrel rocket launcher there.
He wasn't shooting the guns though. He just you see the fine print in the rule is he doesn't pull the trigger. Y'all didn't read it.
Yeah, I hated that explanation from Zack Snyder.
I love this.
Yeah, like, okay, you just bashed his head into the rock wall, and now you think a ceramic sink's going to work?
Well, now that he's still like choking on kryptonite, it might work.
Also, as a maintenance guy, sinks do not rip apart like that.
Have you ripped apart very many sinks in your maintenance?
Yeah, I do actually.
Like just straight off the wall?
Yeah. Most sinks in the nursing where I work, there's just like a little metal bar that they clip onto, but they don't rip apart like that.
So what's he gonna do here now? Like, what's his plan?
They'll throw him down right there, because at the bottom of this is where the spear is.
Yeah, and what's he gonna do with the spear? Kill him?
I believe so.
again, so incredibly un-Batman-like.
Right, but this is Batman who's lost his way. This is not the Batman we know. This is the Batman that's lost.
But if you're going to do that, you need to show Batman losing his way. You can't just say this is our first view of Batman and...
Right here it says Joe, Arrow, Kerr. This is what solidifies the friendship, because Clark knows how important Bruce is and how important and how much he needs Bruce.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how we became friends. This is exactly how we became friends.
Oh, yeah.
And then Bruce realizes that Clark brought him back from the precipice.
The effects on that swing were really bad, too.
Just look at the rag doll that he is just laying there, man. See, this was the plan. Bring him down here.
So was the cement lead?
Yes. Clearly.
A spear.
Clearly.
I mean, if the Christ analogy wasn't more on the nose, let's bust out a spear.
Right. Like the kryptonite gauntlets make more sense than the kryptonite spear does.
Why?
Hmm?
Why?
Because you can lose a spear like they do in the film.
Love those lines.
Oh yeah, we're gonna taunt him. Huh? Martha?
Okay, Tyler, you said you liked this line. Why? Explain to Daniel why you're okay with the Martha line.
Well, everyone gets all mad because he's like, oh my gosh, their moms have the same name. Let's be best friends. But I mean, everyone's okay with the fact that an 8 or 9-year-old boy sees his parents killed and he's like, I'm going to travel the world, become the world's greatest detective, master of everything. So, like, everyone's okay with the fact that the death of his parents spur him on to do that, but the fact that their moms have the same name, and it's not like he's like, our moms have the same name. It's like, crap. You know, he had a human mother that taught him all these things, that he had a life with. You know, my mom died.
You've never been so angry that something snapped you out of it, like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm listening to Tyler. That's the best. That is the best explanation for this scene I've heard yet.
I know, I'm the one who told him.
What are you talking about?
See, that's the best explanation for this scene. I'm still not a huge fan of it, but that's the best explanation.
I mean, yeah, maybe there was a better way to do it, but I'm just like, you can't be like, all right, his parents died, he spent all of his money, became, you know, top physical condition, became the Batman, and now he's just like, oh, well, that makes no sense.
Yeah, it's like, look, see, he doesn't, and it's not right away. He's struggling with what he just, because it's not like Martha, oh my God, and helps him up. He's processing all this crap, like, man, I need to pull my head out of my ass. Clark just pulled him out of the precipice, man.
Okay. No, that's an explanation I can get behind. It's not my favorite thing, but yeah, I can justify that at least.
So far, I am batting 100 defending this movie.
Has he defended anything?
I think that's the only one, really.
And that wasn't even his.
I've defended every point you guys have brought up.
Okay, what about the fact that the next time we see Batman, he's in a completely different suit?
Yeah, he changes in the what do they call it? The bat? What's it called in this one?
Don't you know?
I look it up.
You know what's in the jar of piss, but you don't know the name of where he changes?
No, he changes in the. So yeah, so everyone bitches about that, but he changes in all. He changes in the. First of all,
The Batwing.
The bat. Thank you.
You've been talking for 5 minutes. You can't say first of all.
Did I say first of all again?
Yeah.
Okay, I said without even acknowledging.
To me, I assumed that the suit was underneath the armor. That was my
the
assumption.
cowl is just like, you got a hoodie on. It's just the cowl's just like popped down like a hoodie. So he pulls the helmet off and he pops the side pieces off, and boom.
So
bingo.
the cowl's like a hoodie. You know how uncomfortable that's got to be?
Why?
If you've got a piece of metal coming up like this and you've got a hoodie stuck, he's trying to fight a god and he's got like a hoodie that's like itching his back.
That's probably
that.
the last. I like this. I like Alfred teaming up. It's good. I like it.
Oh, you just completely look at that. Zack Snyder just gave him a way out.
Yeah.
Whoever edited this movie was in Adam's favor.
No kidding, right?
Look, these guys survive. Rubber bullets, he swears.
Rubber.
Look, you see any dead
Oh.
bodies? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They made it out of that. Oh, yeah.
They're not dead at all.
Oh,
The explosion propelled them backwards
I don't even
into a mattress factory.
I don't even have to defend myself anymore. You guys are seeing the clarity of it.
There just happened to be a bouncy house about 2
Yeah.
feet away.
There's a little kid's birthday party right around the
Right.
corner.
Oh.
Once
So they landed in the bouncy house.
No, okay. In all honesty, guys, Bruce has shot the truck. It's not his fault that it was full. That it was full of gas.
What about the guy that was like standing on the ground that the bullets just went right through?
He was a pedophile. He deserved it.
This part's pretty.
This part is cool.
This is the first time that Batman feels like Batman in the entire film.
No, incorrect, sir. You didn't like the monkeying out?
I don't like how he was. I don't like how he was hiding in the corner. Like Batman would have been out there. He wouldn't have like waited to get shot at by a shotgun. Yeah, like that's a Batman thing.
But how realistic is it that he hit all those guns at once?
That's pretty shitty.
You're just talking about how you can't take.
I'm telling you, the monkeying scene is more realistic than this. Oh, this is pretty
The
cool.
monkeying scene was more real. There was nothing for him to hold on to.
Yeah, the ceiling.
As a caterer, I've worked worked in a lot of ceilings.
Yeah. See, all these guys make it. Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah, that you could justify that hit the hand.
Oh, this part right here.
No, that guy killed him.
Yeah, those guys are dead.
No, yeah, that's clearly his fault though. Love that. The little people.
The rock bottom.
Yeah, rock bottom. I was gonna say people's elbow, but yeah, rock bottom. Yeah.
That guy is dead.
Did you see any blood? No, he's fine.
That guy is
No.
done for.
You don't know what was in that box. Could have been pillows. This could be a pillow factory.
He didn't hit him hard enough to break the crate. That guy's
Exactly.
dead.
Now, if the crate broke, I would have been like, yeah, that guy's dead. But clearly, not enough force to break the crate.
That guy.
No.
That guy's not dead.
No, a few days in chiropractor.
That guy
here.
is dead, and that guy is Batman. He just shot him point blank in the back of the
Nah,
head.
his armor.
That
protected
armor
him.
does not deflect bullets.
No, it does not.
Yeah, it does.
It's Kevlar, but it's not bulletproof
It
like
is too.
that.
It's Black Panther technology where it takes the inertia and just distributes it.
But it didn't distribute that knife, did it?
Knife isn't a gunshot. Hello. God, I don't know what's the problem with you guys.
So the knife can go in, but he can't get shot in the back of the head.
First of all, shit.
How does this make...
Second of all, whatever all of them are, he got shot in the back of the head. The cowl is made out of different material than the rest of the suit.
I like how the guy just saw Batman get shot in the back of the head, not once, but twice, and keep going. And so he punched him in the back of the head thinking it was going to be okay.
He's desperate. What are you going to do? There's a giant man in a cape and cowl coming after you. What are you gonna do?
Run very, very fast.
And Aussie doing a Russian accent.
That actually really makes me mad that this is supposed to be KG Beast.
Yeah. He could possibly still be around.
Those guys are dead.
No. He took that tank off and threw it out the window.
That's why all the fire was inside.
Yeah.
He's got that.
The fuel that was still left in the room.
He's got the bat cape from Batman Forever.
I didn't
Pushes
like.
the
I
button.
didn't. That's a line that makes me cringe every time. I don't like the "I'm a friend of your son's." Yeah, I kind of figured, or whatever it is. I dislike that line.
See, that seems like a really Batman thing to say there.
Really, I'm a friend of your son's?
Absolutely, yeah. In that scene, just like in Dark Knight Returns, when Alfred's like, "Do you want food?" He's like, "I'll get drive-through." Like that's a very Batman thing.
That's dumb. That's not Batman at all.
Yes, it is. That's a perfect line.
Me and you have different opinions on Batman. I agree with Josh. He's pretty twitchy in this scene too.
That's true.
Now this is very Superman Batman team up where they let Batman answer that phone that Lex Luthor called KGB and Batman answered the call. That's very cool. The CGI in this is very like Matrix Revolutions.
It's like a little rough.
Like a cut scene in a video game or whatever. If this movie has to have a weak point, which it doesn't, but if it has to have a weak point, it's definitely the CGI of Doomsday. I don't think Doomsday looked good at all.
How much did they pay Anderson Cooper for this? I'm curious.
They gave him a bat suit to wear, in his personal life.
I want to see Anderson Cooper Batman. I really do.
You would.
That'd be super funny.
I know you like the design. Right there, it looks very Snoke-esque.
Yeah, like I didn't like the design until they showed him evolving mid-fight, and then I really liked it. Like they was trying to show like the stages. Mm-hmm. So like this, if they just left Doomsday looking like this, I was very meh on it because this is just a cave troll from Lord of the Rings.
Right.
But as he starts, doing the active evolving thing that Doomsday does, I kind of understood what they're going for, and I like that a little bit better.
This is one question. It's not really relative to the movie, but I got a question. So, in all these like monster movies, because it's basically a monster movie right now, in all these monster movies, does large equal bulletproof? Because think about it, like in Kong Skull Island, he's a large ape, but they fire machine guns at him, and the bullets just.
I think
Godzilla, he's huge. Machine guns don't do nothing. Missiles don't. The
With them being so much bigger, though, I feel like their skin and stuff's a lot thicker.
But why would a giant ape all of a sudden be bulletproof?
It's not bulletproof. He's taking hits.
Why would that?
But it's just like a mosquito getting you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not really doing any real damage.
Yeah, it's stepping on attack,
It doesn't feel good.
But the Cloverfield monster was taking missiles.
Well, that thing was an alien, right?
Yeah.
Or a deep sea creature, one of the two, depending on which theory you subscribe to.
No. According to the latest movie, it's from a different dimension.
It's interdimensional now.
Okay.
They change in every film.
Right.
Man, Metropolis cannot get a break.
No. Again, there's another opportunity to show that like Superman is growing as a character by, instead of showing this guy fighting Doomsday randomly fighting a helicopter, let's see Superman saving people in the local area.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think he's trying to get Doomsday out of the area. He can't get Doomsday out of the area and save people in the local area at the same time.
Why not?
Because he's got to do one or the other. Even Superman can't be in two spots at once.
Well, in the comics,
Flash
he could shoot little mini Supermans out of his hands.
Really? I wonder why they got rid of that.
The same reason why they got rid of the explanation on why no one knows that Clark Kent is Superman.
He vibrates
It's the
at
glasses,
a different.
right?
It's the glasses, yeah.
He vibrates at a different.
There was one comic where it says like Superman
Hey,
has.
since when is Doomsday just like? Is that a Doomsday thing?
No, that's poor. That's poor design on Doomsday.
Just a pulse wave, like.
But
yeah, no, I would in my version of the Doomsday fight that would not happen.
Because he's never done that before.
But you also got
right?
Not really,
but you
no.
also got to remember this is Zod under there. So, well, that's not just Doomsday creature. That's actually Zod. So how do we know that's not a Zod thing?
Because
I mean, the I-beams that come later is a Zod thing.
Zod would be able to do what Superman can do. Superman can't do that shit either.
How do you know? Maybe
Can
he
he just pulse wave like that?
Actually,
Electric Superman.
in the
if you tell me
the-
actually he can, that is the stupidest character ever made.
he can't.
First off-
so in Romita's run that was out about a year ago, that was Superman's new superpower he got was that all of the solar radiation that he takes, he can expend in this giant pulse of energy like his I-beams.
Tyler, you're getting quiet.
And there's this
like
massive
this
explosion
one.
of solar radiation energy.
It's the
I like where they nuke
stupidest
Superman and he's
character
just like all like
ever.
gaunt,
Yeah.
skeleton.
Oh, I have frost breath. Oh, I have eye beams. Oh, I can pulse wave. I can fly. I'm stronger than anyone else.
But
I'm also faster than anyone else. I might be smarter than everyone else too. I can see through stuff. I can hear you from across the planet.
Okay, well, I got an
I can
argument.
smell what the
I
fuck?
got
Earth 1, he is actually smarter than everyone else because his brain it works at super speed.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so you guys are just proving
What
my
is the point
point.
of this
You guys are
character?
just proving how good this movie is because you're talking about how stupid the character is because he's literally
An
whatever.
unbeatable piece of crap.
Exactly. So
Like,
in this
why?
one, he has flaws, and you guys are bitching about his flaws.
No, I just hate the character. Period. So it doesn't really matter because I'm going to complain about it regardless. But but this movie isn't terrible. I've said that before. It's not terrible. There are good points to it, but they tried to do way too much and ended up making it way longer than it needed to be to tell the simple story and put two major story arcs in the same movie, which doesn't give you enough time to build what you need to build, and that's why I was dissatisfied after watching the film. It's not a terrible movie, but it wasn't very good either.
I disagree with the slamming two things together. I think you could do that right, but they needed to cut a lot of stuff out to make that work. But yeah, I agree. Like that's a big problem with this film.
Should've
Is they're
been-
doing too much.
It should have been poop in a mason jar, not pee.
That would have saved it.
I think so.
Yes, that
think so.
always saves something.
You know, like Out Cold style. Remember that scene where Zach Galifianakis put? No, it wasn't Zach. It was
Pigpen.
Pigpen.
Like the nuke scene from Dark Knight Returns was
So does this-
completely unnecessary.
Yeah. So does this mean that Doomsday's died because he evolves every time he dies, right? So that means he's dead, and this is his second evolution.
He can, if I remember correctly, he can now evolve like actively while still alive. Like I think he still evolves when he dies, but I think he's capable of evolving during a fight now. In the more recent
So,
Doomsday shots.
I love this. This looks exactly like Dark Knight Returns.
That's the problem.
What?
Is it's Dark Knight Returns.
What do you mean? I don't see a problem.
Because this film should not be Dark Knight Returns. Like to use Dark Knight Returns as the source medium for this film is a terrible idea.
So, Doomsday cannot die from a nuclear weapon now. In this canon, they shoot another nuke at him, nothing's going to happen because he's already died once, right?
Right.
Can't kill him the same way twice.
Right.
Yeah, like the heat vision there again is another thing that Doomsday never really had.
But this is Zod. This is Zod Doomsday, though.
Right. Yeah.
See, that's detecting.
No, that's remembering.
Yeah, detecting. Same thing.
Like okay,
I
so
remembered when I put my keys earlier. Does that mean I'm a detective? I
Of
can't even
keys.
freaking say it.
Yes.
well, I can't really realize where I misplaced my sanity. 'Cause this is actually my idea.
This movie is?
Yeah. For the
Watching it
commentary,
for the
yeah. This was my idea.
Yes, it was. I was so happy when you said it. Because I wanted to save. I was like, "There's no way they're gonna let me."
Although this this is better than what happens in Dark Knight Returns, where he grabs the sunflower.
Yeah, I agree.
What now? It's been a while since I've...
In Dark Knight Returns, after he takes the nuke to the face, he's dying, and he reaches out and grabs a sunflower and absorbs the solar radiation from the sunflower to reconstitute himself enough to get out of the clouds.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I don't like this either. This isn't very Batman either.
No, that's kind of Batman. Yeah.
That is actually kind of Batman-y.
No,
He just wouldn't say it out loud. That's
Yeah.
terrible, yeah.
There's no way.
No.
He would say, oh shit, but he'd be doing something else at the same time.
Yeah, he'd be getting
He'd be
out.
unbuckling and running. Yeah.
Love this song. This is one of the greatest theme songs.
The music in this film is the score is fantastic.
Yes. That is a good thing you can say about it.
I believe Hans Zimmer retired after this one, but I think he retired not from movies. He retired from superhero movies after this movie.
I would too.
But I think he's doing the Dark Phoenix. I think he's doing the Dark Phoenix.
If he's coming back for Dark Phoenix, that would be dope.
That'd be pretty sweet. Hopefully it's a good movie.
It's probably not.
It
The
won't.
soundtrack is
Well.
going to be the only thing good in that movie.
Wait, no, Fox isn't making that stuff anymore, are they?
I think Dark Phoenix is still completely done by Fox because it was shot and stuff, just hasn't been released yet.
Oh, hopefully they just can it and let Marvel do it instead.
No, it's already got a release date and stuff.
So, what should have
It's
happened
it's
is
too far
Aquaman
along.
should have popped
The
up
other
with
stuff
the
might
spear.
get
Yes, I've seen how it should end too, Tyler.
What?
Tyler said Aquaman should have popped up.
Oh, how it should have ended.
Yeah.
Thing.
I was waiting for the entire time while
I
she's
like
in
this.
the water.
I like this. I like the little dialogue between the two. I love this shot.
This is where they should have ended it.
No, I would have been pissed.
Yeah,
They
to-
should have
for
ended it
part
right
two.
here.
I would've been
when it shows
pissed.
all three of them. Right here.
No, I would have been like,
I'd been pissed.
Yeah,
I
I
would have
would've
been
been-
stoked.
I know, I've been
That's
like, no.
that's a cliffhanger. But
I know that's why I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
I'm like, no way.
Yeah, I don't like movies that end on cliffhangers.
If you know it's part 1 and part 2, though,
Okay, if
and
they label
even
us.
if you don't, I wouldn't tell a fucking soul. I would have ended it right there and been like, Justice League coming blah 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 year. That's what I would have done.
That is
Now,
exactly.
you
That-
want to
should've
make
ended.
money? That's how you make money, right there, boys.
Oh, that
It
would
would
be
have pissed
interesting.
so many people off, but man,
I might be
I
able
would
to
have
get
walked
behind
out of
that.
the theater and I would have been pissed, but I would have been like,
Because
Now
then
I'm
this
gonna go
movie
see
is
it.
so much better. You cut a whole half hour off the damn thing, first of all, so it's not egregiously long. I'm getting very impatient in my old age. So
Yeah,
you build up the conflict. You cut out all the little extra crap that you don't need. You build up to this point. Freaking Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, bam, flames behind them, black screen. Justice
thank you.
League
I'm
comes
glad
out.
someone
Yes,
else can finally
I'm
agree
in.
with me.
I could kind of get behind
I'm
that.
in.
No,
I would have
would've
enjoyed that
been
movie
pissed.
so much more.
I would have been pissed.
Yeah, nobody cares. You like this movie as is.
I know it. I do like the Ultimate Edition, though. The Ultimate Edition is good. I thought this was very comic book accurate, the way the Trinity fights. Wonder Woman's just headstrong, goes in. Clark's trying to help out. And then Bruce is like, let those fuckers fight. I got this plan.
Yeah, like this sequence, I really like this sequence a lot.
I also like that they made Wonder Woman tough. It's not just she gets knocked out and here comes Clark. Like you see her take a hit and she's like, all right, motherfucker, let's go. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
And how far did Batman throw this dumb spear?
It got first it fell in the water and then the building got smashed by Doomsday's eye lasers.
Okay. But I thought, okay. So how close is Metropolis and Gotham to each other?
Apparently,
Pro-
right across the bay.
Because
they're New York and New Jersey, I believe, is what
Yep.
the
Oh,
equivalent is.
okay. That's what they're trying to call it as. So that even says more. Why was Batman not in Man of Steel then?
Okay, stop. In the middle of all that flying around and fighting and shooting I-beams, Clark hears this and can't stop that courtroom bomb. I'm still pissed about that.
There's no lead.
You're lead.
That paint isn't even lead. That paint is latex, not lead base.
Okay, he can't
How
see
do you know
through
when
lead.
the port was built?
It was-
Don't say because you're a maintenance man.
I'm a maintenance man. I can tell.
Yeah, all that. and that
The
he
sound
hears
effects
that.
made that argument.
Yeah.
He could have said the most random crap ever, and he made sound effects.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I can't argue with the sound effects. You've actually proven me wrong. I bow down to you, sir.
Whiz bang, pow.
It was the sound effects and the hand motion.
This is straight out of The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like the grappling hook.
Yeah, I dig the grappling hook. It's the closest we're ever going to see to the way Batman travels.
What was he trying to do with the smoke grenade there? What was he trying to do with that smoke bomb?
That was a kryptonite smoke bomb.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was not green.
It was a lead one.
He says he's got one more.
Maybe he was trying to hide behind the lead. He's Kryptonian.
They can see lead.
Not through lead. He was trying to hide behind lead. So far, only one mistake I couldn't correct.
I don't like how Superman dies in this one.
Why is that?
Because he should have died like in the Death of Superman, where like they literally just beat each other to death. Not like he stabs him and then Doomsday like shish kebabs him.
You know why they didn't? Because he didn't have his mullet.
He didn't have a mullet when he killed him the first time.
Yeah, he had a mullet. Didn't he? Daniel, didn't he?
Death of Superman? I think the mullet came after the Death of Superman.
No, what? Hang on.
I might be wrong, but I think it's
When he
afterwards.
comes out, Google it.
I am. When did Superman get the mullet?
Not in the Death of Superman.
It's after he comes out of the like Kryptonian.
The Eradicator.
Yeah, the
chamber
healing
thing,
coma.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, healing coma. That's what it was. Oh god, that story.
Well, I got 12 things that ruined Superman and mullet, the Wikipedia page. Okay.
Do an image search for Superman Death of Superman.
Superman, Death of Superman.
I'm just glad they didn't make that with like steel or John Henry Irons or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Cyborg Superman.
Cyborg
Superboy.
Superboy Prime or whatever. Yeah.
It's yeah.
I like the Lasso of Truth.
Yeah, I like the effects on it.
I was waiting for Doomsday to start spilling his guts.
I like little boys.
Why did you go there? That's dog. Yeah, I take it back. He did not.
So that's two things that you've gotten wrong.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah,
mean, two things that you'll admit that you've gotten wrong.
Post mullet is after the healing coma.
Yeah, you're right. I apologize.
It's like it just need to be like them just beating the ever-loving snot out of each other.
Like maybe it's because I hated the rest of the movie so much, but I'm actually okay with most of the Doomsday fight, the way they decided to do it. Because at least it was
Shows them like really working together. And,
yeah.
You know, watching it again, I know we all bitch about the villains being big gray monsters covered by smoke. Yes, he is a big gray monster, but most of the fight was pretty clear. It wasn't really covered. Now
You got to see Doomsday do Doomsday stuff.
Yeah, now the Wonder Woman one was definitely like the villain covered by fire and smoke, but he's other than being a big gray monster, he's clearly seen. That looks like a practical. That doesn't really look like a CGI. That's pretty cool.
that one probably is.
Probably just like the hand or the hand and the arm. How tall do you think Doomsday is in this movie?
20-something.
Really?
Google it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like high teens.
Yeah.
There's a shot coming up of Batman coming up that I really like. I thought it had when I saw it in the trailer, I thought it had more impact than it did in the movie.
So my question is, if you're Lois, how pissed are you at Batman at this point?
For what?
Because if Batman hadn't done all of this shit to Superman would probably have survived that fight. But
No
no,
way.
Superman has taken.
Batman didn't shoot no nuke at him. For everything Batman did, he didn't fire a nuke at him.
He hit him twice with a kryptonite grenade.
He had time to recover since then.
Yeah. All right, this shot coming up of Batman.
Why didn't they just give Wonder Woman the spear?
Because it's a Superman movie.
That's an excellent point.
But Batman's name comes first.
Right, the second one's always the best one, right? First is the worst. Anyway, this shot right here. That's a good shot of Batman.
He's 3/4 shadow. I mean,
that's badass. We didn't talk about the suits. What do you guys think about? What do you think about the new suit that we now have in the DCU?
I thought the suit was okay.
Okay, so the costume designer, Zack Snyder. This is coming from the costume designer. Zack Snyder said the most important thing for our Batman is that he come across as a really hulking big guy who's super pumped up. He's going to be even bigger than our Superman in silhouette. His strength is not through armor and gadgets. He's basically a tower of muscle. Zack is a huge fan of Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, and we looked a lot at that silhouette when we were creating our silhouette, the cowl we are super proud of.
Isn't Batman supposed to be muscular as well as he's supposed to be able to move, supposed to be able to hide?
I feel like, yeah, but you guys, you gamers love the Arkham Batman. I hate that Arkham design.
When you see Bruce Wayne in Arkham City, he's built, just like Batman. I mean, you can definitely tell that they're the same person.
My thing with the Arkham City that I didn't like was all of the built-in computer gadgets into the cowl.
Yeah.
I like low-tech Batman. I like for him to have a reason to go to the Batcave and to reason to call Oracle.
What do you guys think of the redesigned Superman suit? They brightened it up from Man of Steel,
which is an improvement, I think, honestly.
Yeah.
Superman's supposed to be bright.
Yeah, Superman does look like Superman in the film.
He's supposed to be like the Light of Hope character, not the Batman character.
Yeah.
So he's supposed to have the brighter suit.
So Michael Wilkinson, the costume designer, there are some subtle differences in the belt, the buckle, and the glyph. Zack Snyder loved the idea that there is some Kryptonian script embedded in the suit at the point where the deltoid meets the bicep. He gave me this fantastic quote that he wanted us to translate into Kryptonian script and is incorporated in the suit. The quote deals with the nature of power and responsibility that comes with it. I think they just ripped off Spider-Man on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it better in Superman 3, I think it is, where he goes to the random coal mine and grabs a lump of coal and makes it into a diamond.
With his butt.
Yes, I believe.
Blood diamond.
I believe that's what happened.
See, people don't like blood diamonds. It's the butt diamond that is more worth fighting for.
Why are there no protesters here?
Yeah, they all hated him.
This is America.
Yeah,
We shoot protesters.
I think besides the few idiots, the what's the word I'm looking for? The contrarians, people who just argue to argue. Contrarians. That most people have been won over by Superman at this point.
Because he destroyed yet another city?
Because monsters are real now. They're like, holy shit, monsters are real.
They didn't think monsters were real in 18 months before this?
No, it was a humanoid. They were still humanoids. Yes, they're aliens, but they were still
the first real
monster.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
What is that thing?
And we need this guy to take care of it, and he's gone.
What about Solomon Grundy, who was established in the film?
He was established in Gotham.
Yeah.
Just like
the Gotham's part of the world.
Just like Batman, I'm sure Solomon Grundy, Two-Face, they're all urban legends. Besides people like Joker and the Riddler, I don't think everything else, the bad guys in Gotham, are urban legends, just like Batman himself.
So you're saying Batman was an urban legend earlier? You're saying that it makes that all the cops should have known about Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah, as an urban myth.
But do you think every urban myth is true?
Yeah. No. I didn't say that they thought he was true, but they know about him. I do agree that the only thing I don't like is, first of all, no. The only thing I don't like is I don't like Bruce's quick switch about on in Justice League. You know what I mean? I think I think that was damage control to because of the Marvel movies.
Yeah, probably.
You have to remember too with that movie there was a lot of rewrites and stuff.
A lot of garbage. Yeah.
I mean, they brought Joss Whedon in to try and like Avengers it a little bit.
You got to fix the movie, and now he could save that thing.
No.
What if he messed it up on purpose?
Well,
Marvel sabotage.
What's the young kids saying these days? Whedon and Snyder are throwing shade at each other right now over Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You just use the shade and Twitter, and those are two words that should never come out of your.
That's what I just said.
Mouth.
That's what I just said that the young kids were saying. See, Superman has won over the public at this point.
I just don't understand how, because it was so quick.
They seen monsters, man. And they realized this is like literally the only guy who could save us from holy
There's
shit.
gonna be someone protesting.
So
sure Westboro Baptists are probably there right now.
True, fair enough. They probably would be, yes.
If you see his monument, look around you at the rubble and dead bodies he left in his wake.
That's his monument.
From a monster.
I will give them this. They at least moved it to Gotham, where supposedly Batman knew that there were no homeless people, no kids around this abandoned port.
Okay, hang on. Okay, so, oh shit. So the prison number on his jumpsuit is TK421. That's the same name as the stormtrooper that went missing from his post when Luke and Han stole his partner's uniform in New Hope.
Interesting.
Like this is very Batman.
How did he get the lights to flicker?
He's got the Christian Bale device from Dark Knight Rises.
What device was
The
that?
sonar thing?
No,
The
remember
sonar
Dark
thing
Knight
didn't
Rises?
do that.
No, remember Dark Knight Rises? He had that gun at his hip that hit the electricity.
Oh, like a little EMP thing?
Yeah.
I feel like that thing would have rapidly cooled.
Yeah.
Unless like his holster like heats it.
Or it's heating itself right now, like it's still heating. Like it's got an element in it. and it's still
Such a
heating.
stupid idea.
Oh, I like the.
I
See,
liked it
okay.
better when he beat the crap out of it.
Okay,
That's how it got.
in the Ultimate Edition, the branding is explained more in the Ultimate Edition.
Do they?
Yeah,
And why wasn't that the one we watched?
because I only got the Blu-ray in Ultimate Edition.
Why-
Yeah, I don't think my laptop does Blu-rays.
Well, why didn't you go out and buy a Blu-ray laptop? You bought all these fancy microphones.
Yeah.
If we're not gonna, let's not half-ass this.
See, another thing I don't like is they're setting this up. He's coming. He's talking about Steppenwolf. No,
He's talking about Darkseid.
Exactly, but because of all the crap that happened, we ended up with Steppenwolf, not Darkseid.
It doesn't matter because Darkseid's gonna come up and then everyone's gonna be like, oh, it's Thanos.
And that may be another reason why we didn't get Darkseid, was because of Thanos.
I just want to see some Omega beams. That's all I
But
want.
so we
I want to see
lost.
Batman dodge an Omega Beam.
We lost Superman in this movie, so that kind of like eliminates any threat Darkseid has. It's like, well, we already lost him once, let's bring him back.
Yeah, exactly, and especially how they resurrect him in Justice League. There's nothing that's keeping them from recreating that every single time someone dies.
Because he lost the madness. He lost the Ra's al Ghul madness almost like that. Like he was attacking the Justice League, and then
As soon as you saw Lois, everything's fine. And this is another one of those films that has 42 endings. Like, this is like, it has a Lord of the Rings complex where it's like, okay, you can end it now.
like right now.
No,
This would
they
be a
should've
fine
ended
ending.
right before the Doomsday fight.
No,
Yeah, we talked about that. We found out where this movie should have ended already.
nah, you guys were wrong. I wouldn't. Listen.
Okay, so what causes this?
Superman is going into a Kryptonian slumber because he's dying.
His
so
body's starting to release gas.
Yeah, no.
Super gas.
No, look, it's clear what's going on. Guys.
Oh, the best part of this film.
You guys,
The credits, we did it,
Oh
boys.
my god.
hang on,
did it.
hang on. I still want to talk for another 4 hours.
I
No.
will cut you.
Ride.
Okay, so what caused that is his body's going into a Kryptonian slumber to hibernate, right?
Okay.
That puts off a little bit of energy.
Is that canon?
Yeah.
How many Superman comics have you ever read in your entire life?
16.
You hate Superman.
I do.
More than any other hero.
But I do like this. I do like Cavill as Superman. I love Man of Steel. He won me over. The Superman character was won over for me in Man of Steel. I like this version of Superman. I even liked him in Justice League. I like when he swoops in. He's like, "Is this guy's giving you trouble?" Like I even like that. I thought that
we
was
went
cool.
on Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was like the Justice League is probably the truest version of Superman. And I would have really liked that if they showed a logical evolution to that Superman in the other two films. But they don't.
Side note, I think we've talked about it on the cast, about his face having to be CGI'd.
Yeah,
The
with
mustache.
the mustache gate,
Mustache,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, just making sure. All right.
Yeah.
I think they should have left it.
That would have been.
If he's just like, I'm trying something new, kids.
That would have been okay coming out of the slumber, because you know what I mean. But showing up at the end of the movie, actually, I think just that part was reshot, so that kind of would have made sense.
But they should have given him like a whole beard and everything.
Well, it's okay. So left the mustache. You know how easy it is just to like put on some fake stubble.
I mean, I don't do it all the time. I grow this.
How long did it take you to grow that?
I was clean shaven about 20 minutes
You
ago.
were such a liar. Okay. All right, Tyler. How many times have you seen this movie?
I don't know. 6.
How many times have you seen this movie?
Twice.
Twice. Really?
This,
This is the second time?
Yeah.
this is my second time as well.
What? You bitch and moan about this movie?
Yeah, 'cause
You've
it
only seen it
sucked.
once at that point?
Yeah, you know how many movies that I have seen that I hated? How many times I've watched a movie that I hate?
6
One
times.
time.
So,
A movie I enjoy, I'll watch multiple times.
have your feelings changed on this movie at all?
Not really. There's a few points, like what the Josh brought up with Lex Luthor, like rewatching the film, like I kind of agree with that, with some of the things he says, so I kind of like Lex Luthor a little bit less.
It got worse.
Yeah,
It's worse each time I'm forced to watch it.
what Tyler said earlier about the Martha scene, so that scene's a little bit better for me. Overall,
Nothing you said.
nothing you said, Adam. No, you were full of shit through this entire movie.
And he actually made it more entertaining to watch because he's like, well, that guy's obviously alive.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Explaining away all of Batman's murders.
It was like Mystery
Yeah.
Science Theater 3000. Where
Yeah,
it's like,
this was this experience was fun, just having us like talk about the movie. But I would not watch this movie again.
Do you own this movie?
I do not believe I do.
Do you own any of the DCEU movies?
Yes,
What movies do you own?
I believe at home I have a copy of Suicide Squad and Man of Steel.
So you're not a completist? And like, because you're a gamer, are you not a completist? in your
I
gaming?
am very much a completionist.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
eventually own this film
Okay.
once it's in the $5 bargain bin.
It's probably there
Son of a
now.
bitch.
It probably is, but I want the ultimate cut.
Probably right there next to it.
Probably.
Actually, I think the Ultimate Cut's the only cut you can get.
Really?
That's not a joke. I think the
Okay.
Ultimate Cut is the only
Yeah, because I would like to own the ultimate cut of this one, because I did go out and buy the Rogue cut of Days of Future Past.
Is that any good?
No.
Oh, okay.
They said it's a completely new movie. No, it's not. No, it's not
A lot of the times
completely
when
new
they
at all.
say it's a completely new movie, they added 5 minutes. That's
Yeah.
typically what that is.
That's about what happened. They changed just a very slight portion of it. I was actually really mad because I put it in and I'm watching it and I'm watching it and I'm watching it. And I'm like, oh man, I must have put it on the wrong disc because this is just Days of Future Past. But whatever, I liked the movie. And then it got to the part that was different for the road cut, and I'm like, oh. And then it was done and it was over and it was nothing special.
Okay. Josh,
I was very disappointed.
what do you think? You like it more? Hate it more?
I feel the same as how I felt before. I didn't actually like hate it as much as I like give this movie and you shit. It's not a terrible film.
Okay.
It's not a good film either.
Okay.
It's very middle of the road. I like Jesse Eisenberg was not Lex Luthor; he was the Riddler.
He was Lex Luthor Jr. I proved that.
That's my one-liner for that, and I've explained it already, so I'm not going to beat a dead horse. Affleck was good. Cavill's fine. Gal Gadot is awesome.
I agree.
Jeremy Irons is great.
Yes.
Amy Adams.
Yes.
Is great.
Those things.
The writing was terrible.
Yes.
This movie was Spider-Man 3 for me. They tried to cram way too much into one movie. Things didn't have enough time to naturally develop, and it just felt really forced and rushed, and it's just kind of smashed together.
But I felt
it's like watching a little kid put a puzzle together, and they're just kind of like smashing pieces together, and stuff gets bent. They're not actually putting it together. They're just kind of like shoving it together and forcing it to fit.
As much as I agree with you with Doomsday should not have been in this movie, I felt like the inclusion of Doomsday in this movie flowed a lot better than the inclusion of Venom in Spider-Man 3.
Oh yeah, Venom was completely an afterthought.
Yeah, that was a waste of.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry. Yeah. No, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Has it changed for you at all?
No, it still stands. I mean, I never hated the movie. I mean, it wasn't like this is the best Superman movie ever. I like this movie a lot more. I wasn't near as disappointed with this movie as I was with Green Lantern, which completely destroyed.
Guess what movie we're watching
entire
next
world.
week, guys?
No,
Green Lantern.
I'll do that with Green Lantern. That's fine.
No,
Green Lantern was my most favorite freaking superhero, and then
he's not now. He's still your.
Well, he's still my favorite superhero. Still, they just.
Which one?
Hal Jordan.
Okay.
The squirrel.
The squirrel. What's wrong with the
Chip.
squirrel?
Chip, yeah.
What's wrong with Chip?
That's Tyler's favorite.
They should make one of his.
Which
Dexter's my favorite Red Lantern.
Which Green Lanterns were in Justice League?
None of them.
Yeah, the war.
That's I believe it's Tomar 2 at the very beginning.
Okay.
But don't they both die?
Yeah.
But he didn't die then. Why? He wouldn't have been in that space sector, would he?
No, but I mean, DCU doesn't really give a shit about what happened
because there
from the
shouldn't have
comic
been
books.
two of them there to begin with.
Why not?
Because they don't get two
wait.
Green Lanterns in
Is there
space sectors until.
Is there a post-credit
recently?
scene? I don't remember.
The movie was
this is
long
a Marvel.
enough.
Huh?
I said no, because this is a Marvel.
They started doing that with like Suicide Squad had a post-credit, right? I had two of them. I had one of them.
That's more about like a Suicide type squad thing to do.
Just League had one.
Yeah.
Just League had two.
Yeah.
Oh, JL had two?
Oh, it's the old 1980s warning. That's what the post-credit scene was. Very cool.
Interpol. All right.
All right. Any last comments real quick where we hit the 2.5 hour mark?
Yeah, we definitely need to be closing this up.
You ready to go home?
I'm ready to go home.
All right, then.
All right. What are you doing? We have stuff to do.
Oh, okay,
All
sorry.
right. Damage Control Podcasting is being recorded at Underdark Comics and Games.
I forgot to do this last time.
Yeah, you did. You keep cutting off my... We have a closing, sir.
I'm sorry.
Check us out on Facebook at Facebook/Underdark Comics, or check out our website at underdarkquincy.com. Send us an email, shoot us a Facebook message, give us a phone call, stop in and say hi.
Also, if you see like a mini SD card, it's mine.
There's a $1,000 reward for it.
So check out Damage Control Podcasting at on all of the social media platforms.
On the
on the Twitter at Damn Control, right?
Yes.
I like how you ask every time.
Facebook.
Is it? Do we tweet? Do we tweet them? How do we even do?
Facebook. You guys are just making this longer. Facebook.
Why are you stroking the microphone stand?
Damage Control.
Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram. That's all of them, right?
It's just so hard for you to say these young hip phrases.
Yeah, there is. Check us out on YouTube, Damage Control Podcasting, Facebook, Damage Control Podcasting, SoundCloud at Damage Control Podcasting, and contact us at damagecontrolpodcasting@gmail.com.
If you want tickets to a taping, you can find us on StubHub. Ticketmaster.
Yes, if you want to see us live, send us an email. We'll work out prices.
Okay, fair enough.
Put a ladder up against the window.
Right.